Yo, 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 what is going on, COD Familia? It is your boy BN, aka Mr. Kingdom Builder, and we are back again giving you some high quality greatness that is Call of Dragons content presented by your boy. Okay, today I want to touch on how to move regions on the map. How many are they? What are the two ways that you can go about it? And then something that's really important that I'm going to touch on right at the end for kind of a big tip that we ended up figuring out. And I'm going to preface that by explaining a situation that happened for our group in server 2. And it's going to be a good one. As always, if you enjoy the content, make sure you sub, like, ring the notification bell. And of course, if you want to join and be a part of our conversation, hit up the Discord. You can find a link to that in the pinned comment description right down below. All right, so here we go. First off, let's touch on how do you actually go about moving regions, right? And let's start off by just highlighting how many regions are there currently, right? So what we're going to do is we will, oh man, I hope I have it. Oh, I do. Sweet. So we're going to go to the map, right? And let's start off by just highlighting right now. CoD is a little bit different than Rock and IK and some of other comparable kingdom builders within the genre. You actually have 7 zone 1s. So, oops, I actually just wanted to zoom out there. So, everything on the perimeter. So, Nivola, Daralan, Forgotten Lands, Zolan, that's 4, Burning Lands, that's 5, Kaltia, 6, and Sophrostia, 7. So, you have 7 zone 1s. Then you have 3 zone 2s, which is Lorcan, Agura, and Hollandale, with Atherin being the zone 3 for the finale. Now, because of the kind of, asymmetrical or off non-symmetrical shape of the map, right, it might throw some people off. But it is a little bit different, and I actually, for one, really like the map. But I wanted just to explain that because some people have been asking me, where's zone 1, where's zone 2, right? So, again, you got zone 1 on the perimeter, zone 2, 1, 2, 3, and then zone 3 is Atherin. Now, how you actually go about this is interesting. So they give you some starting items that you can utilize, right? If we go to our chest icon here, and then typically it'll start off here on the ring. You just go down here to the book, and you'll see an item here that's called Beginner's Relocation. It says, relocate your city to an area in this region where mist has been dispelled, or to a random location in another region, changing your affiliated region to that region. This item is scrapped when your Hall of Order reaches level 12. So basically, if you want to keep Beginner's Relocations, you have to stay at pretty much your Hall of Order, your HOO. Yeah, I'm going to go with that, at level 11 or lower. So if I click this, right, and then I'll click yes here, you'll notice that it comes up and it shows me initially this is where I'm located, right, this account in Kaltia. Now, if I want to move to another region, I would just click and then I would go confirm. Now, the interesting thing to note here, right, and I'm going to show you this as well. Let's see if we can join because I'm in Kaltia right now, and I want to show you how this works off if you're in an alliance. So if I search for Kaltia alliances, I don't know if there's any that are open, but let's see if there is. Maybe we can get lucky and I can join one and then show you guys what I'm talking about. So I'm probably not going to be able to. In short, how this works, which is what we ended up finding out, and I want to explain this, right? So, because it kind of goes hand in hand, and I'm going to show you what I mean first. So let's say I wanted to join Darlin, right? Or sorry, join Overlord here, right? And they're in Darlin, right? That's a different affiliated region. Instead of, there's 2 ways that you could get to this region. One is the way I showed you through using the Beginner's Relocation through that route. The other is if I click join, and then it'll auto set up me going from Kaltia to Darlin, right? And it even shows you the alliance name above, right? And also the region that you're going, and obviously a different color. So I could click confirm and it'll take me there, and I'll join the alliance at the same time. Here is where the tricky part comes up, right? Here's the pro tip of the day, is that regions are essentially unique instances for alliances. What this means is that, and I'm going to go back to the page we were just at, right? We'll go map. What this means is that if you make an alliance in Burning Lands, that alliance is specific to that region, meaning that you cannot take that alliance to another region. In short, if you plan to move to if you like, let's say you wanted to move your alliance to another region, because let's just say that region was extremely populated, there was a lot of strong alliances, or maybe there was just too many alliances there, and you just wanted to go to somewhere that maybe had less activity. You would then have to move. You'd have to leave the alliance, go to that region, and then create a whole brand new alliance, right? So alliances are essentially region locked, and that was something interesting that we found out. Right, so we actually were in Caltia, and there was a good amount of other big powered alliances, and so we did some research, thanks to a couple of our group mates, and we talked them amongst myself, and came to the conclusion through doing a little bit of research on leaderboards, on scouting, that we were going to go to two other regions and basically split off our alliances, because we basically had 6 at the time. So we sent 3 to one region, 3 to another, and we went to essentially the 2 least populated regions, right? And now it's working out so much better for us. But that's the kicker, though, is because of the region lock, right? If I give you another tip here, you really have to be cognizant and aware of what the activity looks like in your region. The best way to really do that is to scout as fast and as quick as possible so you can see how your region's going to play out. You could even have 7 members go to another region, because remember, you have 5 beginners teleports. You could technically go to another, you could have 7 people each take a region, scout the regions out fully, and then decide where you want to go, right? And that's only if your starting region is just not the ideal one that you want to be in. Right, and that may actually help you out a lot more throughout the duration of you being in whatever server you're in, to try and give you, as a player and or as your alliance, a better early start to develop, so that way you don't end up having to do those things later. Thankfully, we basically called an audible within the first 12 hours. So the impact to us, based on how we had already developed the alliance, is very minimal. Right, that's really the best time to do it. You kind of have to make that decision within I would say the first 24 hours, but if you can, the first 12, and it's paying off really well for us now. But that's something to keep in mind. That's something that's very different from other kingdom builders I've played. I've never been in a situation where you've created the alliance and it's been region locked and you basically have to start all over. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed some of the tips here, some of the advice, the walkthrough on how to move to different regions, things to keep in mind and just be aware of. If you want to try and move your alliance to another region, there's some things that are different, but I actually kind of like it myself because it is different. I like that you have to be very strategic and very tactical about where you're going to start your alliance, where you're going to place it. If you have to call an audible and adapt quickly, you have the option to do so. So those things to me, I love, because it just adds another depth and element layer of strategy to the game. With that being said, I'd love to know your comments and your thoughts, right? Did you know that these were region locked? Have you, if you're someone in S1 or if you're in S2, right? Did you guys move? Did you do it pretty early? How did you identify it? I'd love to hear anything and everything. Let me know down there below. That is it for me as always. Until next time, I'll catch you later.